Hey guys, January has been a very busy month with breaking news and local news that matters to you. Our reporters have been hard at work. Let's go ahead and start with number 5.
Multi-billion-dollar data center is now under construction in Gray County, bringing new jobs, new development, and renewed attention to the region.
City officials say the project is being driven by Intersect, an energy company that has worked in Pampa for several years, creating electrical energy for industry.
News Channel 10's Canyon Cavazos joins us with more on the scope of this project and what it means for Pampa's future.
Construction is now underway on a $3 billion data center project called Meitner in Pampa, owned by Google. The first building, covering 750,000 square feet, has already completed site work with steel on location and a concrete batch plant set up. Crews are expected to begin pouring the slab in early February, with 2 additional buildings following back to back, bringing its total footprint to more than 2 million square feet. The data center itself will employ around 100 workers. Mayor Mike Borger says the project is expected to create several hundred of jobs through affiliate industries.
One of the things that we're wanting to do, that we're really all about, is we want to not just have jobs in Pampa available for people. We want careers where a senior in high school can learn something in high school, come right out and go to work and have a career where they can advance.
Mayor Borger says this project will significantly expand local tax base, benefiting Gray County and Pampa ISD, while using off-grid power and cooling systems that don't rely on local water resources. Tonight at 10, we'll hear more about the trade and career training programs tied to this project. And Mayor Borger addresses concerns about water use and electricity. Reporting in studio, Canyon Cavazos, News Channel 10.
New details have been released following a shooting at the Hamlet Shopping Center that left 1 teen dead on December 21st. Documents I obtained from Amarillo police say multiple 911 calls reported gunshots just after midnight on December 21st in the area of Dumas Drive and Poplar Street. Now, documents show when officers arrived to the Hamlet Shopping Center, they found a teenage boy lying on the ground with an apparent gunshot wound. Life-saving measures were performed on the victim, but he died at the scene. Now, according to documents, during the initial investigation, video surveillance showed the teen acting as security for a party. Now, during the footage, officers observed the victim walking outside to a gray Ford Fusion when a fight takes place between the victim and one of the 4 occupants. Officers then watched the front passenger of the car step out and fire 2 rounds with a handgun before leaving the scene. Now, documents show officers were able to track the car to a residence where the suspect was staying with his girlfriend. After given permission to search the house, officers found a handgun and clothes matching the suspect's description from the video. After talking to a juvenile witness, officers obtained a warrant for Tracy Deshawn Talley, who was arrested. Now, Talley is currently being held with no bond and awaiting a grand jury indictment on first-degree felony murder. However, this isn't the only incident at the Hamlet Shopping Center. Back in 2021, on New Year's Day, a shooting took place at that shopping center. When officers arrived, they found 4 gunshot victims, while 29-year-old Orlando Kilgore was transported to a hospital but died due to his injuries. Now, later, officers arrested Dustin Harrison, who was found not guilty by a Potter County jury. Harrison did remain in jail for an unrelated case.
At 10, the state has responded to Tad Cullum's motion to continue his trial in the murders of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly.
News Channel 10's Paige Stockton has been following this case closely and walks through the state's main arguments to deny this motion.
Earlier this month, Cullum filed a motion to postpone his trial date, citing the date set by the court is insufficient for counsel to conduct the necessary investigation. The state responded to the motion filed, stating the defense can point to no specific reason why they require more time. The state calculated defense will have nearly 750 days from notice to trial to investigate mitigation. The document goes through multiple points as to why the state believes the trial should remain as is, including stating defense has had adequate time and adequate discovery has been provided. Documents also discuss how any delays is largely due to the defense's late requests for jail phone calls and objections slowing testing of DNA evidence. The state identifies the motion as a delay tactic, not a legitimate preparation issue. Cullum's trial is set for June 1st. On the 23rd, Cullum will appear in court to discuss this motion as well as his motion to quash all felony counts against him. You can read the full motion on our website. Reporting in studio, Paige Stockton, News Channel 10. In an emotional interview, Darian Zamora, the father of 3-year-old Dawson, talks about the loss of his son and the justice he fights for.
It's just been up and down, a roller coaster of emotions. There's been a lot of anger and pain. It's obviously my son's been put in this situation, and he was in the hospital for over 50 days. And during that time, like, I'm grieving the fact that he's there, but also hating that he's in this situation, like, stuck there. As for my son's death, people always ask me, like, what do I need? Or I don't even know what I need. Again, I'm beyond 50 days of this. So it's not like he died and I'm beginning that grieving process now from his death, but I've been grieving for over 50 days. I've been suffering and crying and holding him and wanting him to wake up. And so this has just been an emotional drag. It's odd because I have this sense of relief that he's no longer in pain and he's resting in peace, but I also am mourning the fact that he's gone. And so it's this weird sense of some type of relief that he isn't suffering, but then I'm mourning the loss of my 3-year-old son. So it's to put in words of how I'm feeling, I still haven't come up with the way I feel. I've never felt these emotions. So I don't have a word for it. We're going to keep going and we're going to fight for justice. And I feel like my son will forever live on through his legacy that he's already built at such a young age. And hopefully we can be a voice for other children that this shouldn't happen. Why are children being abused and why are children being murdered?
To listen to the full interview with Darian and to read Chelsea Berg's full arrest warrant, you can go to our website. We will continue to follow this case and provide updates as they become available. Reporting in studio, Paige Stockton, News Channel 10.
Well, we are honoring the life of Brinley Hampton, a young teen who touched many lives here in Amarillo. With us here today, it's her grandfather, Gordon Melton. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And so today what we want to do, like I said, we're just honoring her life. As her grandfather, could you just, tell me who Brinley was, as a child leading up to now?
Well, she was always Papa's little girl, but she was always active. She loved her cousins, loved playing, loved her friends, and she loved just hanging out with her friends, and also she even really loved hanging out with family. She was my first grandchild and my oldest daughter. She was born 2 days before I was 40 years old, so we always celebrated our birthdays together. And I don't usually wear pink, and whenever she was younger, she had a princess birthday and she had a princess sash, and Papa had to wear a princess sash as well. So she could get me to do anything she wanted pretty much. But her smile was very infectious. She loved sports. She loved volleyball. Volleyball was her life.
I had the chance to speak with one of her AEV volleyball coaches, Hannah Barber, who stated there are truly no words that could ever fully capture who Brinley was, but I'll try my best. Brinley was a rare and beautiful light in this world. Her smile and her laugh were so full of joy that they were impossible to resist. You couldn't help but smile and laugh right along with her, no matter what kind of day you were having. She had a quiet determination about her, a constant drive to grow and become better in every way, and it was something incredibly special to witness. End quote. Barber's full statement is available online to read. Now, family and friends say Brinley touched the hearts of everyone around her with her smile and outgoing personality, along with her love for music and her strong faith. Moving forward, how do you want Brinley to be honored in her life?
To be honored in her life, somebody that was, like I said, had an infectious smile, was always loved her friends, always loved her family. She was always smiling. But to remember it as somebody that had a wonderful heart. She was a good heart.
Brinley Celebration of Life was held this morning at Hillside Christian Church, and friends, families, and students from Tascosa High School were encouraged to wear pink in honor of her. Now a GoFundMe has been set up in support of her parents and younger siblings, which you can find on our website. Madison Fisher, News Channel 10.
Our reporters did a great job, and we can't wait to see what they cover next. Meanwhile, for more news, weather, and sports, you can head to newschannel10.com. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time.